Earlier this week, um, we talked about a lot of things since the Air Force game, but one of the things is the frustration from not being able to finish games. So I took every statistic from the three Mountain West Conference games and I put up on a PowerPoint. Here's the first half score at halftime. Here's the statistics at halftime. Now here's the second half. And we were about on the same path again there in the second half, where we had, they scored at the end of the first half similar to Fresno. They take the first drive of the second half and go down and score. We were all of a sudden back on our heels. But the point of it was it always does come down to execution and a guy making a play. So I.B. Brown was able to get that interception and run it back. And then at the end of the game, we took the ball, 75 yards in about 7 minutes. Some great runs up in there. Ramel Jordan had one, Teriyon Gipson had one. Lamar Jordan did some things. I don't think we completed a pass today, which the statistics, it's a lot easier to swallow. Did we complete a pass?
Two.
We did? Oh yeah, we had the jailbreak screen. Yeah, so, we can talk about a lot of things philosophically. It came down to some guys making some plays at the end and hanging on by a thread to win. We're competitive. We've been competitive now in 4 Mountain West Conference games, and it's good to get a win, obviously.
Was it anything they did differently when
No.
suddenly shifted?
No, we at the end of the first half, we against Fresno at the end of the half with 58 seconds left or 52 seconds left when they got the ball with 58 seconds, we stayed in base defense. So today we said, we're going to go nickel. Even though they get the ball in the second half, just like Fresno, we're going to go nickel. And they made one big pass. They threw one up over the top on the corner. Then they had a big run against kind of a nickel blitz. And then in the second half, they just kind of got a little more rhythm going, a little more momentum. The running game started to hurt us. They didn't run the ball at all in the first half, except for that one run against the blitz right at the end. And then the second half, they got rhythm going, where the quarterback got his confidence. They got the run game going, and they got the quarterback to side, keeping it. And all of a sudden, we were just back on our heels again, So it was a heck of a game.
You had some drives in the second half that looked promising, didn't pan out, but it seemed like, just everybody stuck with it.
Yeah, and there was no panic. We knew we could move the ball. And I think from that standpoint, we've grown. It was a lot like New Mexico State, taking that last drive down and scoring. And almost a lot like New Mexico State when they had the ball back there, in a position to maybe go in and score at the end. The only difference down there, the second went off. And tonight, they had a chance to kick the 55-yard field goal with the wind. It was a lot like the New Mexico State game to a degree there at the end.
The first time out you took with 1 second left, is that just confusion?
No, you talking about before the field goal?
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that, number one, they were going to kick the field goal. Number two, I didn't want to rough the kicker. I did not want to rough that kicker that you see so many times the last play of the game on a long field goal like that. So really it was just a chance for us to talk about field goal block, don't rough the kicker, be smart, don't give them another chance. A 55-yard field goal is one thing, but don't rough them and give them a 40-yard field goal there at the end of time.
Do you think they could have gotten the snap off though after?
Yeah, I think. Definitely they would have. Because what would happen, as soon as it's whistle field goal. We work on it every week in practice. As soon as that whistle blows, you snap the ball. They were already set up to go whistle field goal. Yeah, they're going to get that off.
Obviously, a very happy locker room, I'm sure. How do you build on this?
Well, we enjoy tonight is what we do. I think you have to contrast the difference between the locker room at Air Force and the locker room in Las Vegas. And like I told them, this is their time. This isn't the coach's time. This isn't my time to talk. This is your time. So I think just contrasting what it was like to get on that bus, ride to that airport in Colorado Springs compared to what it's like right now to get on the bus and ride to the airport here in Vegas. I think that's the lesson right there for these guys. But let's just enjoy this one, and we all know what the schedule is the next 4 weeks.
For sure.
Okay? All right, guys, thank you.
You hadn't played since Fresno, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was bad a hand just watching you walk around on the practice field. probably as bad a hamstring as I've ever seen.
Yes,
How tough was that? And how satisfying was it to come out here tonight and make maybe the biggest play of the game?
Oh, it was real satisfying. I enjoyed the moment. I just felt like God was calling upon me that I needed to make a play. We were down for our first time in the game. I didn't want to play this game at all. I didn't want to hurt my hamstring more, but we were down, and I honestly felt like God was calling upon me to make a play. So I feel real good. I'm happy. I'm blessed.
Talk about the play. It was Boyd, right? 83.
Yes, sir.
He went up. He tipped it.
Yes, sir. It was a man coverage, so I went up there and pressed him. A little nervous about the hamstring, but I felt like if I was going to pull it again, it was going to be God's willing. So I wasn't really worried. I went out there. As soon as I stepped on the field, it was just go ball. Now you on the field. If you pull it, you pull it. And it was man coverage. I pressed him. He ran the inside route. I was a little late on it, but I was there, and he tipped it right to me. It was a blessing.
Think you would have scored if you hadn't?
Oh, yeah. If I would have been 100%, that definitely would have been 6 points, but I ain't tripping. The offense, they put 6 on the board, and I'm just glad we won. I'm glad I didn't pull my hamstring for nothing, so I'm really glad.
Okay. You were still hurt, but did you make the Air Force trip?
No, sir.
No, you didn't?
No, sir. I wasn't nowhere near ready.
Okay. But you probably know what the locker room was like that.
Yes, I heard about that.
And a lot happier locker room tonight, right?
Yes, sir. Very happy locker room. Everybody's happy. You know, we just glad we got a win, but after tonight, it's behind us. We're moving on to the next week.
Okay, they come back and retake the lead. How much trust did you have in your offense at that point to come back and retake it?
I had all the trust in the world. I had no reason not to trust them. Point blank. There's no reason not to trust them. They put points on the board when they put points on the board. If they don't, they don't. But I'm not going to sit here and not trust them when we really need them. So I had to.
Tough 3 games coming up, but I'm sure you feel you guys can win anytime you step on the field.
Oh, yeah. If we play Lobos football and we play for the brand, you know what I'm saying, we can beat anybody. Point blank. We got the best. I feel like we got some of the best athletes in the world. We got some players. I feel like if we play Lobo football, can't nobody stop us.
Okay. This pull wasn't like the last one, I'm sure. Hoping to be on the field next Saturday?
Oh, yeah, it wasn't like the last one, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right. Thanks, Isaiah. Teriyon, it was a game of momentum swings.
Mm-hmm.
You guys had all the momentum, then they had all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah took it back,
Mm-hmm.
but then they scored again. Talk about that last drive.
That last drive, it was just hard nose. Stick it down, stick to the game plan. You know, we was kind of killing them up in the run. So our O-line was getting a very good push on their D-line. So we just stick to the game plan.
How tough was it to see a 17-point lead evaporate like that?
Man, that was real tough because, you know, a lot of games this year early, we had momentum in the first half, and the second half we let the game go away. So you kind of got that in the back of your mind, like, nah, we can't let this one go away. We got to finish strong.
There was a lot of talk about that during the week. I know.
Yeah.
As Coach Davie said.
Mm-hmm.
Was that in your mind?
Yeah, that was a big part in my mind. You know, we went to halftime, we talked about it, and you know, we gotta play 2 halves of football. We can't just play 1 half. So that was a big key part of the second half.
I know it was a very unhappy locker room up at Air Force 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
How was this one?
This locker room is completely different from Air Force. You know, we got a big win on the road by a great UNLV team. Came out and fought. So locker room is all smiles, and you know we just ready to take this win back to Albuquerque and get ready for Boise next week.
Schedule gets really tough, but how much confidence is coming back and winning this one? How much confidence does that give you?
You know, we always have confidence when we come into the games. You know, the schedule's getting real tough for these next couple games, so you know we gotta grind hard at practice, get ready for the game, study film, and just get ready for Saturday.
Just finding ways to win. 2 picks on defense, the drives on offense, first half, and then the last one. I guess you call it a complete team effort?
Yeah, today was a complete team effort. Defense doing their part, offense doing their part. It's not just like offense was putting up points and defense couldn't stop them, or defense was stopping them, we couldn't put up points. Today was a total team effort, 100% team effort.
And you don't really love Zach's field goal, or maybe you're still out there.
Yeah, you know, it was a great game, great atmosphere. You know, we just came out prepared, got coach right, and you know, we were just ready to go.